I'm MacKenzie Smith, the blogger behind GrilledCheeseSocial.com, and I'm here at Black Dolphin Inn in sunny New Smyrna Beach, Florida, where I am also the executive chef. And today I'm going to make one of my favorite recipes for Valentine's Day. Of course, it's the grilled cheese because I am the grilled cheese girl, but I'm going to be making a really flavorful orange fig jam using these awesome dried figs from California. You might have seen the brands Sun-Maid and Blue Ribbon Orchard Choice, and those are our figs. They're amazing, they're flavorful, they've got these beautiful little flavor crystals in them, and they're gonna make a jam that pairs perfectly with really creamy mascarpone cheese and melty dark chocolate. Not only is this a great recipe for breakfast in bed, but it's a fun dessert, a fun little Valentine's Day treat for you and your loved ones. And so to begin, we're gonna start by homemaking some of this orange fig jam. So here I just got chopped 2 cups of the dried figs, and these are really concentrated, they're flavorful, I love them so much. They smell delicious, and we're gonna basically just rehydrate them with some orange juice, some lemon juice, which I'll walk through. So I've got my pot here, and I'm gonna begin by adding 2 cups of the dried figs. And these are the little figlets, the mission figlets. They're one of my favorites to work with on jam. They make a really beautiful consistency. So I've got my 2 cups of that, and now I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of orange juice. Just enough to kind of rehydrate these. And then, although it's pretty sweet, you're just gonna wanna add a 1/4 cup with all the little figs. And then, after that, just to have some acid, a little bit more acid than the OJ, we're gonna add just a little bit of lemon juice. And this will kind of just brighten everything up, bring some tang, give it a flavor, a little bit more depth. Smells awesome. And then I'm gonna add just a pinch of salt to kind of round it out. And because it's Valentine's Day, we've got a little bit of Grand Marnier and just about a shot. And this is gonna kind of bring that orange flavor right back into it. And then, because you just want a little bit of orange zest, and I'm using a blood orange, but you can use anything. I live in Florida, and these are in season right now. They're delicious, they're tart and sweet. And if you see, you just get a little bit of orange zest, and this is just gonna kind of keep that flavor really bright and delicious. All right, so, and then you can even squeeze a little bit more of this in. I love the blood orange juice, I think it's amazing. And it's pretty for Valentine's Day. So now we're just gonna put the heat, oop, come on little burners, there we go. Put the heat towards like a medium-low and give it a good stir. This is gonna cook down for like 15 minutes until these figs are rehydrated. Everything is, the sugars are all incorporated and melted. And then you're gonna take an immersion blender and you're basically just gonna plunge it until everything is smooth and creamy. You'll still have these really beautiful little flavor crystals from the seeds in here, which is, fun fact, it's actually the flower from the fig. Unlike most plants where you see the flower on the outside of the fruit, the fig is actually inverted. So you'll see that this is the blossom of the tree, which is so cool. I love it. All right, so this is going to be boiling. And while that's working away, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the grilled cheese. So I've got the fig jam already made, and I don't want you guys to have to wait another 15 minutes for it to boil, but it'll look like this. It's really creamy, and it's like pasty. It smells awesome. It's got this beautiful, rich fig flavor, but also a really bright and airy orange citrusy zest, which I love. So I've got some challah bread, and I'm just using this because I think it is delicious and buttery and creamy, and it crisps up really beautifully. You can also even, dunk this in French toast batter if you kind of want to get more creative. So let's grab a little knife real quick, and I'm just going to smear on some mascarpone. So if you've never had mascarpone before, it's a really creamy cheese. You can almost think of it as like a mild cream cheese, but it's a little sweet. It's kind of like ricotta mixed with cream cheese, but it's like a dessert cheese. It's what they use in tiramisu. All right, so you just kind of want a good bit because this is a grilled cheese after all. And I'm just making sure that I have it all on there. And then after that, we'll go ahead and add some of this orange fig jam that I've made. Just smear it on. It's so flavorful, it's so good. And I'm pretty sure this is an aphrodisiac, which is pretty awesome for a Valentine's Day treat, if you ask me. And then after that, these are just some really nice dark chocolate wafers, and they're meltable, so they melt pretty quickly, which is good because you don't want it to be, you know, a really hard dark chocolate to where it won't melt as this cheese heats up. And like, unlike a regular like cheddar or Munster or something, this cheese isn't going to get like super melty and stretchy and creamy. It will get luscious and creamy though, which is what we're looking for. So you just want to add a good bit of chocolate because it's Valentine's Day. And on the remaining piece of the bread, we'll just add a little bit more of this mascarpone. And you want it to be a little room temperature. Mine's a little cold still. But it'll smear on really nice. You don't want to rip the bread, which is a no-no in grilled cheese building. And oh, I wish you guys could smell it. I can smell that fig jam bubbling away behind me. The whole place smells delicious. Okay, so that looks good. You don't want it to be too much. Let me just wipe my hands off. And then just set this on top like this. So at this point, you can either get a little bit more creative and dunk the whole thing in French toast batter, and that'll make a really, really delicious breakfast. Or you can just make it a grilled cheese, which is my preferred method because I love the grilled cheese. All right, so what we'll do, I've got my panini press on medium over here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and melt some butter right in there. Who doesn't love the smell of melted butter? It's amazing. All right, so put this in here, and then I'll add just a little bit more butter on top. And if you're doing this in a pan, oopsie, if you're doing this in a pan, you'll also just want to, you know, cook it on one side and then flip it. But I like the panini press because you get such quick results, especially if you're cooking for a bunch of people. All right, so I've got the butter on top, and then I'll just put the panini press down. And this is on medium heat. Since we are using the challah bread, you don't want the heat to be too hot because it is such a rich, sweet, eggy, delicious bread. You don't want it to burn. So I've got it on medium heat. We don't really need it that hot because the cheese, we're not looking for it to melt, we're just looking for it to warm up. We're looking for that chocolate to get this really nice gooiness. It'll be amazing. And if you want to take a look at this, you can see these figs are just plumping up right now. It smells amazing. And if you kind of find that your figs are a little more porous than mine, you can always add a little bit more orange juice or a little bit more water to kind of get the desired consistency that you want. But you don't even need to add pectin or any sort of xanthan gum or any sort of thickener because these figs have the natural capability of creating their own jammy texture, which is amazing and fun and easy and so flavorful. All right, so this is only going to be on here for just a few minutes, but since I don't want you to have to wait another 10 minutes, I've got one made. Is that too bright with the sun coming in here in the window? Look at that. So we've got this crispy, delicious challah bread, a really nice melty mascarpone cheese layer, of course the delicious orange fig jam, which kind of just plays with the whole thing, and the melty dark chocolate. You can even sprinkle some cinnamon sugar on here, but it is so good. That chocolate just melts up really nicely. I think this one's almost done. Let's give it a little flip. One of my size of my panini press is a little too hot, but you'll see if I open it up, we'll do a little peek if I don't pull it apart. Look at that chocolate, it's already melted. The mascarpone's nice and creamy, and that fig jam is just kind of the glue that holds everything together. All right, so there you have it, a super quick, easy, and delicious Valentine's Day treat. You guys will love this, it's so good. Don't forget to save the rest of that fig orange jam for a cheese plate, or, oh my God, it would be so good on like duck, or what else? Another sort of grilled cheese. The opportunities are endless. And if you guys want more delicious recipes, you can check out my blog, grilledcheesesocial.com. I actually did a delicious croque monsieur with fig jam, ham, bechamel, and Gruyere. It's so good. And I also made a fig port jam for that one, which you can find the recipe over there. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day. And I know your loved ones will love this. So cheers, have fun. So good.